Before this video begins, I'd like to give a huge thanks to my channel members, who you can see on screen now. Become a member by hitting the join button and get your name here among other awards today. Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 3. Today we're continuing on Let's Play. This is episode 17. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at some more street racing. You might wonder why we are starting inside a festival site, and well, that's because I can't go near any of the festival sites because they need upgrading and I refuse to do it. But before we get into the street racing in today's video and also building the car, we need to collect some of these barn finds, don't we? So we have got our Charger Daytona.
So, I did a bit of background on this one. Turns out the guy imported it to modify for the Australian touring car circuit. Never finished it, but at least he saved it from a life of going round in circles all day on a NASCAR track.
I agree. So there we go, that's the Daytona. We have a Holden.
You know what I found when I started working on it? The entire frame was twisted. That's how much torque this thing has off the line. Brings a proud tear to your eye, doesn't it?
Nope. I don't really care about it. We have our Holden Ute.
There it is, the FX Ute. The beginning of two fine Australian traditions. Putting trays on the backs of muscle cars and abbreviating words that don't really need abbreviating. I
agree. Although that's not really a muscle car. We know that from the time we drove the standard version of it. And then finally this Volvo.
1800E. Fuel injected engine, 130 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 9.6 seconds. Oh, and it's the car Roger Moore drove in the Saint. Yep, you heard that right.
I know Roger Moore, I don't know what the Saint is though. Either way, it's a nice looking car. So we've also got the Maserati, which isn't ready yet, and a bunch of stuff that we haven't found yet, so... okay. Yeah, we have more cars than I thought we did. Anyways, on to today, and on to actually deciding what we are going to build. I'm going to look at my list of cars here and make a quick decision. What do we want? Not quite sure what route I want to go with this one. Do we want to go tuner car, or do we want to go for some muscle? I'm thinking we want to go for some muscle, and then we'll do a tuner car next time round. So, the car we are using today is the 1988 Holden VL Commodore Groupe SV. There you go, because it's got a ridiculous body kit on it from stock, which is always a good thing. That looks kind of neat. Let's see if any of these... I do actually kind of like the look of some of these. Ooh. There'll probably be some quite nice touring car liveries for this. Saying it like these ones aren't nice. I mean, they are. That one's cool. I might go for the Marlboro one. Although, loads of people got different ways of doing the Marlboro one, so I'm not actually sure which one's the most recognisable. If I just put in replica and see what comes up, this will probably be a bad idea, because we'll probably be sat here for the next 10 minutes trying to decide what livery we want to put on this thing. Because some of these won't be so good, and some of them will be. I kind of like those, where they've just put the little SS badge on them. That seems like a livery I could do. Not complaining, like. That one's apparently got 5 stars. That one's probably made that guy a lot of money. Try to remember the 2 creators that are worth following in this. Wombi's one of them, I know that much. I think Wombi was a thing in this game. I wonder if he made anything for this. It's usually the best bet. 1B is 62. Nope. Okay, I can't be asked to go through all these again. I want to say that looks like it would be the most accurate. So we'll go with that one, I guess. Yeah, seems pretty accurate. I don't care. I'll go with that. Buy for 46,000 token as the game crashed. Oh, fuck off. And there it is. There's our Holden bought, finally. Now that the game's decided it doesn't hate me. I don't know why it crashed. Anyways, yeah, Holden, HDT, Commodore VL Group A, SV, the super rare homologation spec car, I believe. Anyways, we have the typical range of muscle car engines to put on this. We're not going to do that. We are going to whack a supercharger on this, though. In terms of classification, I believe the next highway battle, or midnight battle, sorry, is actually still A-class, I want to say. So I guess we'll build it to A-class again. And we'll go off that. I will have that tiny little lip wing, as stupid as it looks. Downforce is probably going to be necessary, because I'm not going to bother too much with tyres. I know I've upgraded the widths, but I don't know if I'm going to do much more than that. Because there's not really much more than that I'm allowed to get away with in this game. We will start whacking some power into this though, because I don't think it makes all that much power stock. I think it's like 200-ish horsepower, which, I mean, sure, it's fine, but it's not enough. Should be able to get a good amount of power out of this though. Right. Tyre, yeah, see, S1 class straight away on those race tyres. So it's street tyres again for this one. Unfortunately. Did I put weight reduction in this? Yes, I did. I am going to want the roll cage because it is an old car. Or older car, I should say. What is left I could upgrade? This car doesn't seem to be raising PI too much, which is good. Oh, gearbox. How much is the gearbox? It's a lot. It's only 1 for that. I'm going to just go for the... I think this has a 5-speed. That should be fine. Hey, we could even drop down that with a little bit more power. Awesome. 428 horsepower, 2,684 pounds of weight. That seems pretty good to me. We are rear-wheel drive this time, so understeer probably won't be too much of an issue. We will go ahead and get some tuning on this, though. My god, that 5th gear. Okay, maybe it was a bit of a mistake not to upgrade this one too much. I am going to want all of the downforce, just in case. The figures on this are actually pretty similar to the Subaru we had. Can't say that's too surprising. I literally don't care. Shut the fuck up. Right. Because we are in Byron Bay, we may as well go ahead and do some of these. That leads us right to that race, which is useful, so I guess we'll do that one first.
Welcome back. There was a rumor about a barn fire.
And there's the Maserati, of course.
Would you like me to set a route there for you?
Hope you're sitting down, mate. I was right. That Maserati we found is an A6 GCS, and it's ready. Get down here.
Wonderful. It should have been ready 5 seconds ago when I was down there. That would have been useful. Also, yeah, Anna won't shut up about a barn find. Apparently, there is... I think that we've got like 3 of them to find. I don't care enough to go find them now. We'll go find them over the course of the next few episodes, I think. I'll probably do like one big barn find collection thing again soon, like we've been doing previously. So yeah, that's coming up at some point, so look forward to that. Right now though, this is probably going to be a shorter episode. I'm going to try and get this one done relatively quickly. I think we've only got like 4 street races to do, so this shouldn't be too difficult, provided the car isn't terrible. So we should be back to having nice short episodes, which is what I want, because I don't want to make these ridiculously long. Although apparently it's going to take forever to sync the driver tires on this one, so that's good fun. Oh god, that's a big comment someone made. Wonderful. Yes, the Lister Storm race car is not very good in Gran Turismo 2. Good observations. Right, shout out to you if that's who you are. And it's pretty much the same cars we were racing last time, apparently. There's the Jag, there's the Bone Shaker, there's a few different things. There's a Ferrari. You know, just a random $2 million Ferrari 330 P4 just driving in this one. This car really has no turn in whatsoever. Although I don't think I helped myself particularly there. Apparently, speaking about Gran Turismo 2 comment, made me drive like I was playing Gran Turismo 2. Definitely making me play like I'm driving Gran Turismo 2. There is probably the worst car in the entire game ahead of us as well. That horrible Ford F100 trophy truck. I absolutely... Don't get me wrong, it looks awesome, but it is trash. It is utter trash compared to pretty much any trophy truck in this game. All the trophy trucks in this game, actually, to be fair, are terrible. I'm really not a fan of any of them. They're kind of just... The problem with trophy trucks is they're rear-wheel drive and have 850 horsepower, and then expect you to drive them off-road. And rear-wheel drive, in case you was ever minorly curious, is not good for off-roading. You want all-wheel drive, or even front-wheel drive, technically, is better than rear-wheel drive, so... Yeah, not particularly useful, unfortunately. Is that supposed to be that Time Attack Subaru from Gran Turismo Sport? That Isle of Man TT. I think that one holds the record, or did. I don't know if Volkswagen's decided to be a killjoy with their fucking big ass electric thing and taken that as well. We'll see. Look, it's the future! Volkswagen and electric cars, woo! You know you want to build diesel cars, but you just can't anymore. Which is a shame. Green interior lighting. I don't think I've ever been looked in the side of the Holden, or at least paid attention to the interior of the Holden. So, yeah. Interesting interior. I appreciate the green dash lighting. Big fan of green dash lighting. Gonna get some XP, gonna get a level up. One of the level up rewards is a Lamborghini Murcielago. Woo. But we're not gonna get that, we're gonna get an Impala. Wonderful. A 6.4 Impala. Maybe I should turn that into a street racing car. That would be interesting. I wonder how much power I'd have to put through that to make it viable. Be all-wheel drive, I know that much. Okay, Byron Town Throwdown. Let's go ahead and get back over there. How many skill points do we have? Do we have enough to fast travel yet? No. Bollocks. It's literally the only skill I care about at the moment is getting that fast travel anywhere ability. Because it'd be very useful. Also, this car picks up speed incredibly well up to about 4th gear, and then it falls off a cliff because 5th gear is basically supposed to be an overdrive gear. So I'm going to hope my lucky socks off that there isn't too much in the way of a straight line speed battle here. Otherwise we could be screwed. I'm going sideways. I still can't see a bleeding thing. Apparently all these episodes are going to be shot at night time. For some reason. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the whole street racer thing, but even still. Bit irritating. That's a cool livery on that. I'm sure it's probably actually a crap livery, but it looks cool when I drove past it at like 100 miles an hour. Which I guess is the whole point of a racing livery, is it, as long as it looks good when you drive past it really, really fast, it sort of makes it better. Right? I'm sure that's how that works. I'm not sure at all that's how that works, but, you know, in my brain I'm sure that's how it works. I'm just trying to look at this thing I've got in front of me, the whole car list, and I'm actually starting to wonder if any of that's actually different now because they keep adding cars to Horizon 4. Maybe. Anyways. Oh my god, the Bone Shaker's not on the right of me, it's now in front of me, and the Jag is now on the right of me. Okay, that wasn't actually traffic's fault, it's just the Lexus got pushed a bit wide. Hey, it's the Lotus again from the previous episode. I forgot we hadn't seen him in the previous race, but we've seen him now. In all its Lotus glory. Good old Lotus Evera S. Yeah, stands for supercharged, of course. Supercharged 3.5 litre V6 Toyota Camry engine. Well, Avalon, actually. Not Camry, but... Although that being said, the Avalon and the Camry might actually share engines. I'm not sure. Can't even remember what the Avalon is, in all honesty. I think it's like a bigger Camry, which is a bit impossible because, in case you didn't know, Americans, for Europe, the Camry is huge. The Camry is actually bigger than my Accord or TSX. So yeah, the Camry is quite a hefty car. It's about the size of the Mercedes E-Class, which is considered a large family car here. Even the new Camry is quite big. I like the new Camry a lot though. I want one because they're neat and they're hybrid and they get 51 miles per gallon, which is amazing. Considering the most I've had out of the Accord so far is 38. 52, especially around town, because that's what it is. Of course, hybrids essentially prefer to be around town than they do on motorways and stuff, because they can make more advantage of regenerative braking and electric power only and all the rest of it. So yeah, I like those a lot. I want one. They're very expensive though, so I'm not gonna have one for a while. Or at least until I can justify spending like £600 a month on a car, which I can't, and I don't think I ever will. I'd rather just keep my Accord and deal with the slightly worse fuel economy. Considering it costs 70 quid a month to fill it, and not 600. If it costs 600 quid a month to fill the Accord, and 600 quid a month for a Camry, then maybe it'd be different, but it isn't, so. That was a bad time to do that. I thought that was the last corner. Never mind. Also, I apologise if my voice sounds a bit weird. Apparently I've got like a weird cold thing, which I shouldn't have, because I don't know. I shouldn't really apologise. I should more sort of apologise when I haven't got it, because my voice probably sounds weird when I haven't got it, because I'm usually more ill than I am.
Whoever handles secrecy for this racing syndicate must be useless. We seem to hear about every midnight battle. Unless they're doing that on purpose. For some unknown reason.
Haha, get it? She doesn't know that you're competing in street racing. Anyways. Well, does, but she's trying to turn a blind eye to it. Go that direction. Wait, is that the final skill point? Have we done it? Yes, we have. We can fast travel anywhere. Thank fuck for that.
The fast travel service. From your map, you can now select any point and travel there instantly.
Wonderful. We will be making full advantage of that in the coming episodes. Sorry for those of you who fast travel ruins the game because you can just go anywhere you want. Yeah, that's kind of the point. So yeah, from the next episode, probably not this one. I might use this episode as a fond farewell to the driving portion of this, but yeah, no, I will be fast travelling quite a bit. As an XJ220 at a street race, I mean, you know. Okay, take 2 on this street race because this car does not have a particularly fun time doing straight line speed, despite being, you know, a muscle car. The 5th gear is just hopeless. Again, it's an overdrive gear. It's kind of my fault for not putting any upgraded gearbox in this, but my god, it just... I mean, even now you can see it's sort of struggling with its overall straight line speed. But yeah, it really struggles here. Also, yeah, surprise, surprise, the XJ220 is not the quickest car in this race. He's probably having the same issue I am. Ridiculous gears. Yeah, you can sort of see just how much of a drop-off it has between sort of 4th and 5th. Yeah, it's not good. The worst bit is the longer 5th gear goes on for, the worse it gets. I don't know what the overall straight line speed of this car is, but if I had to guess, probably not a lot. Also, this is going much worse than the previous one was. I was in like 1st place briefly the previous time round. So the goal of this race is essentially get to 5th gear, stay in 5th gear, and do whatever you can to not lose momentum. Because losing momentum in this is both easy and also not good. Because you get in the 5th gear, it just takes forever to actually get any form of speed. And for whatever reason, they slow down ridiculously for around this section, which is good for me. Just a shame through the next section they don't slow down a lot, which is a bit more of an issue. Because again, 5th gear is just the most useless thing in the world. Kind of like slowing way down, which is good. Now we've only got to get past the Tesla. Okay, yeah, the Tesla being the quickest car in a straight line speed race. Sure. Sure. Yeah, okay. He's going to have to now slow down because we kind of traffic checked him slightly. Excuse me. Right. Now this windy bit, which is not fun because the Holden, on top of not being particularly good, past about 120 miles an hour, it also isn't particularly good at the twisty turnies. It doesn't have a lot of front end turning at all. It actually drives a lot heavier than it is, which is a bit of a shame, really. And I've actually thought it might be relatively decent at handling and, you know, a little bit off with straight line speed, but no, apparently it's not like that at all. From what I remember as well, this car's actually pretty decent to drive in the motorsport games. The times I've taken it around Top Gear, it's been pretty good. I can't remember if it's been around in the current iteration of Top Gear. I'm not sure how it drives in Forza 7, but at least in the previous. In Forza 6 it was pretty decent. Hey, first place, whoop whoop. Also, apparently that traffic car got bodied going into that corner. Good on you, traffic car. Okay, get some money, get some XP. Apparently we are going to level up, and we could win an Opel Manta, which was a hidden car in Forza 6 as well. Fun little fact for you. Although there was quite a lot of those. You might notice when they do leaks occasionally in the motorsport files, it's usually a good indication of what the next game will be. There's a reason Motorsport 7 has a lot of British cars in the files. I guess we'll do this street race considering it's the closest to us.
Turn around when it is safe
So,
to do so.
yeah, maybe intruding into Yarra Valley a little bit, but pretty much everything sort of Byron Bay way is done.
In
So,
400 yards.
I'm not sure how many street races there actually are. I think there's 20, including Midnight Battles, I want to say. Might be more than that, might be less than that. It's not
200
a
yards.
particularly large amount either way, I will say that much. Do you know what, sod it, I'm going to collect this, this while we're here. Well, maybe I'm not, because apparently the button to view it isn't doing anything. Oh, what the fuck? That was delayed.
Doesn't get any better than this.
That it? I mean, it's nice and all. Or at least it looks nice on our end. On YouTube it will look absolutely atrocious. Hey, we can see again. Wonderful. Look, lighting, car. It's not dark. Incredible. I'm assuming that's now immediately going to fall apart as we come into a street race, which is probably going to be at night once again. But yeah, it's nice to see natural light again. How wonderful is that? I forgot what it looked like, almost. What this game looked like in not the dark. So. And we're back to the dark. Wonderful. And it's raining in the rainforest. It's in the name. I'm really tired of seeing that thing. I said in the previous episode, I don't know if it would have got cut off or not. I'm not much a fan of the Hot Wheels vehicles. And yeah. No. I can't say seeing the Rip Rod constant, or whatever it's called, the Bone Shaker, fills me full confident. The worst bit is I used to like some Hot Wheels models as a kid, but guess what? I liked the ones that were actually like semi-grounded, not stupid shit like the Twin Mill and that thing. You know, the Hot Wheels Mustang's cool. That thing isn't. What's the other one as well? I guess the Rip Rod's kind of neat because it's like a little buggy style thing, and it doesn't look that removed from reality despite being, you know, having red window tint. But I think the Bone Shaker is the one I hate the most, just because I really don't like the design of the Bone Shaker. It's way too childish for my liking. As you can tell, I'm a very serious professional individual. Baby! 2002. God, that makes him 17. I feel old. I feel very old. I feel like I'm driving into bushes. That's because I am. There we go. Nice little bits of a drift you into there. So, the actual next battle is all the way up into Surface Paradise. I think I am going to fast travel that one. We've seen the road to Surface Paradise from Yarra Valley enough, I think. I feel like I've driven it about 15 million times. Oh, XJ220, hello. It's almost like that car's finally coming into its own, just as soon as the race is about to end. Or at least this straight line speed bit's about to end, and now we're going to go back to turns, which that car cannot cope with, one would imagine. To be fair, the XJ220 in Motorsport does drive a little bit like a boat from what I remember. Kind of very old, weird feeling car. Although it's probably nicer to drive than this is. I wouldn't put that past it. And across the line. Wonderful. Right, the question is, do I want to beef this car up a little bit for the midnight battle? I think I might just go into it and see what happens. We should be okay in theory. I think it's another A-class battle. So, of course, nothing because we didn't level up that time, unfortunately.
Sounds like another one of these midnight races wants a piece of you. What do you reckon? Are you in? It's a bit past my bedtime, but I figured you'd be up for it.
Yes, there's fast travel there. Oh, I love fast traveling. Fast traveling is the most wonderful invention ever made into a video game. Someone looked at a game and went, I don't want to drive everywhere, let's just fast travel. And it's glorious. And we're racing against a Buick. Good. Two obscure, weird GM brands go head to head in fierce competition. So, as was slightly expected, it turns out the Midnight Battle car is actually S1 class. Or rather, I wasn't really expecting it, but it is. So, it's time to put some more upgrades into our Holden and hope that we can rage victorious. Again, I'm not actually sure if there's much more I can do to get this thing up to S1. There really isn't all that much more in the way of upgrading to take place with this car. Did I upgrade the cams? Yep. Did I upgrade? Yeah. Displacement. To be honest with you, we probably could do with a new engine, but I don't want to go that drastic. I don't want to spend that much money on this thing. So, yeah, we'll just sort of try and do what we can. It's got full weight reduction, hasn't it? I could swap the drive... Actually, that's not a bad idea. There we go. We'll swap the drivetrain and do it that way. Probably easier. Apparently top speed is significantly decreased, but it is what it is. Right, S1 at 877. Shall I put some wheels on it to make it lighter? Apparently the wheels on this already are pretty light. Those are £35. I don't want those because they're hideous. That's why I don't like selecting wheels on camera usually. Those are also... Actually, those kind of suit it a little bit, I think. Sure. They get the PI down a little bit, so we will go for it. Right, 501 horsepower. It's not a lot. But it'll do. And hey, at least I have a usable 6th gear now. Or, yeah, a usable 5th gear, but also 6th gear, which is good too. So we're about 20 PI down. Yeah. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting the Buick to be the class it was, but no, apparently it is, so that's good fun. Right, where is this Midnight Battle? There it is. I was about to say, because I had to lose to look at the PI of it, so I was kind of hoping it wouldn't just despawn. There it is. The beautiful Buick GX with that horrible blower motor on it, which thankfully ours won't have when it gets delivered to us, which is nice. Its wheels are slightly more hideous than mine as well, so that's even better. And all-wheel drive launch! Aha! That's already a big improvement over the previous way this went. I'm just looking at the way I'm clicking through this gearbox. How much straight line speed do I actually have? You have understeer issues, although I can't say I'm that surprised, considering it's that. I should have really just done this before. This car drives a lot better now that it's all-wheel drive and has a nice gearbox. Lovely. Well, at least next time we know we're building a car straight to a S1 900. Straight away, no issues on that one. There we go. Yes, this car is much, much nicer now. Although I can't say that's particularly surprising. Also feels like it has actual grip. Can go around corners and stuff. Remarkable. Also, yes, apparently I now know the route of this track slightly better, so I know which corners I can cut and which corners I can't. The miracle of street racing, you can cheat, which is lovely. I love a good bit of cheating. Anyways. Mercedes might have just halted our progress a little bit, although it looks like the Buick is nowhere to be seen. In case you're wondering again, the PI of these midnight battle cars does not increase with your car, so technically you can just go through these and just use an X-Class car and milk them, but, you know, where's the fun in that? Or rather, I should say, where's the fun in self-torturing yourself by sticking with the same car over and over again, but, you know, you've got to do it because Let's Play episode. And people like to see you in pain. Don't know why I didn't get all 3 near misses there, in all honesty. I probably should have done. I know it wasn't a particularly dramatic move, but even still. Lock up the brakes to get ourselves a little bit more traction coming into this corner. As you do. I like it how the foot warmer's a picture of a boot. And some heat strands going to it. It's quite cute. There we go. Apply the pedal a little bit, get the tail out slightly. And across the line. I always thought those light posts were solid, but apparently they're not. And I believe that is a pretty decisive victory for the Commodore VL.
Alright, they're not usually my style, but I'll admit, this thing looks pretty cool. Into the garage it goes.
I would disagree with you, but, you know, if you like it, then you like it. Right, anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time we're going to be continuing on with the street racing and doing another midnight battle, so join us for that. Until then, farewell.